Today we are going to get Rosie's perspective on adoption. I'm actually excited about this one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what you think. Obviously you're adopted.
Yeah.
Do you remember, like, some of your adoption story? Like, how old were you when you came into foster care? Do you remember?
I don't know.
How many times you were removed? Do you remember any of that stuff?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So, Emma and I had talked, and you guys came to us the first time and had been in your third removal.
Was it really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Gosh, I know we've talked about it. Sometimes I honestly think that, it's just something you don't need to remember, and then they just kind of forget.
No, I remember one removal.
Yeah?
Because I only remember one foster mom.
And maybe you were, one time was really short, so it probably was it could just blend in with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you came to us, third removal, and then you actually went back and then came back again, so we had you for your third and fourth time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell me, when you think about adoption, what do you think?
When I hear someone say, they're adopted?
Yeah, what does adoption mean?
Adoption to me means that your parents that you have now aren't your bio parents.
Okay.
And that you have been adopted, you've gone through foster care, and now you've been adopted by some lovely people who want to be your mom and dad.
Okay. Do you think it's a positive thing, a negative thing?
I think it's a positive thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. When someone says they're adopted, it's not like, oh.
And you've known other people who have been adopted.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you went to school with some people. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah, it's not like, oh. It's like, oh, cool, me too. Or, because it's always interesting, I feel like, because you don't know that unless they tell you that.
Yeah?
Or, unless you
not
see
always,
their parents, and they're not the same race as them.
And then you kind of wonder,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, otherwise, I think it's pretty fascinating.
Do you have, when somebody finds out you're adopted, do you feel bad about that?
No.
Or do you, no?
I tell them openly.
You're okay with that, and you talk
Especially since everybody always kind of assumes that in the first place because of how many kids there are and how many different ethnicities there are and we all look so different.
Yes. What do you think other people think about you or your siblings when they find out you guys are adopted? Do you think they're open, they're okay, they're turned off by it? Do you...
I don't know, honestly. I do know that I feel like normally sets people back sometimes. They have to stop and think about it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because when you tell people, they're like, oh, really?
You see the wheels turning?
Yeah, exactly. You just see them thinking, oh, that makes so much more sense now. Oh. Yeah.
Do you think they feel bad for you?
I don't really tell them anything that they need to feel bad for because it can just be a simple story of as a baby.
Yeah.
Your mom or your dad is just not equipped to do it, and then you get adopted by another couple.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. So because they don't know the backstory.
Yeah, I think they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so let's say there was somebody out there getting adopted right now. It's 14. What would you say to them?
To someone getting adopted?
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably say to them, you don't have to worry anymore about, if something goes wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, if, you know where your next meal's coming from.
Right.
You're staying in one spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The worrying is over.
Yes.
Now, every situation is different.
Yeah, right.
That's the hard part about it.
Yeah.
Every situation is different.
Do you think you would be a different person if you wouldn't have been adopted?
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you think you'd be different?
I would have grown up in a place not so,
great.
And I think that would have affected it.
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably gotten into some bad things.
Yeah.
Or, You know, and then also with the people around me, I think that would have shaped
Yeah.
some things.
Yeah.
It's so hard because, like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I would have been so different right now. Like, I feel like even if I went to, like, public school, I feel like I'd be so different right now than I am right now.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a lot
I think
of
so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think just on the homeschool, public school thing, I feel like that makes you different because you have been exposed to the same things adults have been exposed to. And so it makes you a little bit more, I don't know, maybe mature, I guess.
Equipped to handle something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like we talk very openly with the kids, and so, you know, obviously you knew you were going to be adopted, right? It's not like it's not like Lily or Gavin.
No, yeah.
You know, where they've been with us since they were babies, and if we would have never said anything, maybe they would have never known, you know?
And, like, we ask you guys questions. Like, oh, do you remember this? Or, oh, what were your feelings when we left again? You know? Or, why did this happen?
Yep.
Why did we go back?
Yep.
Why were we taken in the first place?
Yep.
Yep. And they answer them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so again, I know I've said this before, but I had a therapist tell me one time a child should know their whole story, you know, good and bad, by the time they're 12, because it helps shape their identity and who they are. Also, then there's no surprises for them later to try to have to work through, and so they can work through it at a younger age, which I feel like is more beneficial that way.
It is, because you end up holding so much baggage as a teenager or as a young teenager or you know, older, I don't know, but then you can do more things that maybe you shouldn't be able to.
I feel like it's a little bit more like maybe freeing.
Yeah, because like everybody handles trauma so differently.
Yes, that's so true.
So differently. So like you could have a phone and that could be really damaging to how you're dealing with your trauma.
Yep, that's true.
Or your friends, or, you know, if they're doing bad things and that's how you're dealing with your trauma.
Yep. And I feel like, and this could go for whether you have children that are adopted or not adopted. I feel like we will, like, nothing is a given, right? Like, the kids, just because they have friends doesn't mean that they can't be grounded from them.
Yeah.
Just because they have a phone doesn't mean that they should be able to keep that phone, right? It's a privilege. It's not something that's necessary. And so a lot of times I feel like, you know, people tend to, I don't know if I want to use the word like get lazy with it, or if it's just
don't.
They're worried about what's going to happen to the child, like in a public school situation, right? Like everybody has a phone, but you don't. Oh, so you get ridiculed. But you have to be able to be a parent.
Yeah.
And
I feel like parenting isn't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, you'll go and see what people are wearing or what they're doing on their phones at such a young age, and you're like, how are your parents okay with that?
Yep. And I feel like we have to be really careful because, you know, the kids all have trauma. And so we had somebody make a comment about that you guys are still so, like, young. You're mature, but you still are, like, your age. And I think there was something in there that they wrote that made me feel like they were talking more about, like, what you wear. And I feel like you have to be so careful because you have kids that are coming from trauma, and you never know what kind of trauma. And then the last thing I want is them showing off their body and getting the wrong type of attention. And
like,
so,
just to feel loved or just to feel seen. Or
and so we talk about that a lot, about how you want somebody to love you for you, not your body, that, you know, being modest is
modesty
better.
Isn't a thing anymore, I also feel like.
I know.
It's just not.
Yep. Honestly, we teach our kids that you do not have to be part of those trends. You do not have to be part of every, you know, crowd, especially if it doesn't seem appropriate. And so
one of my favorite, I don't know, quotes or something that I've heard is, just because it's if you don't want to end up like everybody else, stop being or in doing what everybody else is doing.
Right.
So like if you want to, you know, be smarter or more educated or I don't know, more mature, I don't know, stop following the trends that everybody else is following and saying the things and, you know, what's cool.
Yeah.
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 Trends are so selective.
Well, they're
so
trends, right? They come and
picky.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they only fit a certain amount of audience or a certain amount of people.
Yes. Sometimes with our parenting, the fact that we have children who are adopted and maybe came from some hard places, that does like affect how we parent too. But I do feel like it has made us better parents. How do you think being adopted has, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about it.
Okay.
1, how do you think being adopted has shaped you currently?
Okay.
Okay. And then I want to know how you think it has shaped you for your future.
Okay.
Okay.
So me currently, I would say being adopted, especially to you guys. I feel like that was, I could have been adopted into any other normal, I guess, family, you know, with parents that are more lean-lit, but I don't want that, right? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm so blessed that I was able to be adopted by you guys. Like,
Thanks.
genuinely. They've prepared us for the world. But it shaped me, I feel like, because of my past trauma and then being able to go through it, I feel like I've become so, like, always been more mature.
That's so true. You are. You're probably, even though we have kids, several kids older than her, she is our most mature child that we have in the house.
Yeah, so I've always been more mature, and I think that that comes from the trauma, and that also comes from healing, too.
Yeah.
With the trauma.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shaped me, I don't know, like I feel normal, you know, I don't feel like I'm nothing or I'm wrong or, you know, I feel normal. I feel like a kid, I feel loved, which I don't think I would have had those things.
Yeah.
If I was.
Yeah.
Still.
Not here.
Yeah. If I was not with them, I wouldn't feel any of those things, you know?
Now, how do you think being adopted will shape who you become?
Well, we're pretty well-rounded, especially because of that. And we can, I guess, find sympathy and, I don't know, understand a situation pretty well. Whether that is like body language or like feelings, you know, nobody else feels what they're feeling, but you do.
Yeah. It's like an intuition.
Yeah.
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 And I think that it's common for kids with trauma or that have come from, you know, traumatic situations to be able to read people.
Yeah, we're pretty
because you've
good.
had to do that, I feel like, from a young age. Yeah.
To survive.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So in the future, I think I'm just pretty well-rounded. Like, I can understand feelings physically, mentally, you know, I don't know, it's so hard to explain because, like, I'm trying to think coming from adoption and then what you've taught me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'd say we're pretty well-rounded. And
I think
that
so too.
First 5 years have definitely helped with that.
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
Being able to see where other people are coming from, even if they're not in your same situation, and feel deeper. Yeah.
Do you think that when you get older, you would adopt any children?
That's a hard one. I never know what the
I honestly didn't think Rosie was ever going to even have kids because she had said that in her.
I did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've changed my views on that completely.
And she does now want kids.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I might.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pregnancy scares me.
Does it?
A little bit.
I think that, you know, obviously it depends on who you marry and what they want.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. But you'd be open to it.
I'd be open to adopting, especially since, and I've said before, I don't wish this on anybody ever, but let's say I'm not fertile. And I can't have kids.
Right, because you never know what life's going to throw at you.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
And let's say, you know, or something on my husband's part.
Yeah.
So you never know. Adoption, is always an option.
Yeah.
For me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in our moving video, where I talked about why we've moved so much, Someone had commented on there.
I saw that one.
Did you? Do you know what I'm going to say?
I think so, but just say it so that I...
Okay. So somebody had commented on there about, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something to the effect of, I thought kids who have been in foster care or adopted would want stability, not to move. But I always talk about how our kids are so adventurous and they loved our adventures. Okay, I know why I think you guys aren't affected by our moves. I mean, I think positively.
Yeah.
But what do you, how do you feel about like our adventures that we've been on? And,
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think that would have been another thing that would have shaped me, is if we did stay in the same place forever. Not forever, but for my childhood.
Yeah.
I think I would be so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a bad way or a good way?
In a bad way, I'd
Okay.
say. Because then we would still be going to school and public school and...
Possibly.
But yeah, I love them. I feel like, I mean, come on. One year we got to swim in the Gulf of Mexico. The next year we got to be on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I know.
That's awesome. It's the experiences and the learning side of it is incredible.
Yeah, I think so too.
And
you guys have learned so much.
We have.
Yeah.
Like, the people you meet along the way, too.
Mm-hmm.
We still talk to people.
Yeah.
Or, you and Dad still have friends from our old house, our neighbors. I love it.
Is it okay if I shared? Okay, so in that video I talked about how I had one child who cried when we left the mountains. And who was it?
That was me.
It was Rosie.
Remember what I said?
No, what?
I said, I don't want our adventure to be over.
Yes. Yeah. She was so upset because she wanted, and honestly, Sean and I really wanted to stay too. Mm-hmm. And
especially on that mountain.
Yeah, I know.
Beautiful.
And then we came back because of Eden, and there were a few other reasons why we came back too. But yeah, I know. Like, we really wanted to stay, and then Rosie started crying about it. And Rosie's our most mature child, and we're like, man, are we? Gosh, maybe we should stay. Like, are we making the right choice? We to have a child just be so upset that we were going to end an adventure, and you had said that about, I don't want this adventure to be over, and so then we're like, man, well, maybe we're not making the best choice, but then we really wanted to be there for Eden, and some
other reasons popped up.
And then there were some other things going on, and so we ended up ultimately coming back, but. Yeah, I mean, and I personally think that our kids have done so well with it. One, because they were with us for years before.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
We've already worked through it, too.
Yeah, you had worked through your trauma. Yeah. That's true. You were adopted. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I think it also depends on how the parents discuss it. Like, we would always discuss it as, this is going to be fun, right? We're a family when we're together, and, like, home is us.
Yeah, negativity is not something you should try to put in your mind, Yeah. You should always try to look on the positive and the bright side of things. Yeah. That's another thing that I think has shaped me from my past. Yeah. Is that I can always look at the bright side of things, because there's always something way worse. That is happening. Depends on your perspective. Yeah. Yep. So. And negativity breeds more negativity, and we don't want negativity, and so we try to stay as positive. And not that we don't have rough days or. Yeah, everybody has rough days. Yeah. Moving back to the house though, moving back to Omaha, and that was like living in the real normal world right now. Mm-hmm. And that was awful. Yeah, the kids hated it. I know. Most of the kids were not happy. Yeah. No, yeah. And Mom and Dad, I don't think you guys were happy either. No. We weren't. But we are definitely happier now. Yeah, here, yes. Yeah, it's just like, you feel that. Yeah. I had to go, when we were at the house, I found myself there, I feel like. Yeah. Because I got sucked back into the trends and the, this is what everybody else looks like.
Yeah.
And you have to, it's so hard, but you have to stray away from it.
Yeah.
You have to not let that affect you.
Yeah, you want to be who you are.
Yeah.
Not who everyone
and
else
it's
is.
so hard to do that.
Yeah.
In
It can be.
a place where it's all around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, when you guys were telling us we were adopted,
Yes.
which I find this kind of sweet and kind of sad.
Like when you were going to be when we were telling you the date?
Yeah. Okay. I was a little like, what do you mean? I'm like, what? I'm like, wasn't...
Aren't we
like,
already?
Yeah, basically, aren't we already?
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
With you guys forever? What do you mean that there was a chance we weren't going to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember you saying that, or telling me that that's what you thought.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That you were already a part of our family and that you were already not going anywhere.
Yeah,
and
I didn't feel any
thought.
emotion because I was like, well, yeah, I already know that.
And that, I think, is because you had left and then came back again a month later.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then you had been with us for a year before we got to your adoption.
Was it really a whole year after the month?
Yeah, it was a whole year.
We should have been like a month after
I know.
we were removed again.
I know.
We should have been adopted.
Yeah, but nope, it took another whole entire year, which is why they were ended up being in foster care for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a long time. And what's crazy to me is that there are kids out there that have been in foster care even longer than that. And it just blows my mind how long it takes.
Yeah, well, it's so... As a kid who's been through the long years, that is so hard.
I bet.
Going back and like visiting, doing visits with this, the birth bio mom or dad or whatnot, and coming back, and then being told so many things that aren't true or never happened, and then it being spun on you so quickly, like when we went back, it was spun on us so quickly.
It was fast. Yep.
And then we were only there for a month, and then came back.
Yep.
There was a lot of damage with that.
Yeah.
Being there for 1 month and then coming back.
Yeah.
And one other thing that I want to say is that for anybody who wants to be a foster parent, you have to be patient with the kids. If they're defiant, if they don't want to tell you something, there's a reason why.
Yeah.
Like, whether that's big or small, there's a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason they don't want to go to school, There's a reason they don't open,
Yep. Usually a behavior means something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to keep in mind that behaviors mean something, and sometimes it's obvious what it means, but if they're not ready to talk, you have to just let them have their own time. Sometimes it's not so obvious.
Yeah.
But just being loving and supporting them.
You just have to be loving, supporting, and look for the signs.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't remember, but I remember you telling me that I was really, like, perfectionist as a child. And when then nothing went my way, I would have a big, massive meltdown.
Yeah. Do you remember me telling you that you were going to have I remember telling Rosie one time, I'm like, you're going to have a heart attack by the time you're like, what did I say? Like by the time you're 14 or something.
Did you?
Uh-huh, because you would stress and stress and stress. And I'm like, you just need to take some deep breaths. It's okay. I'm a perfectionist too, so I totally get it. But you have to figure out how not to let it run your life.
Yeah.
And
so just be patient with the kids. Love them. Give them. Just because they're upset one day doesn't mean that they don't deserve love, or they don't deserve their own space.
Yep.
So just be patient and treat these kids like a normal child, but also you have to do things like extra, like give them more love, more security.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and be understanding because
of everything, because
sometimes you don't know where it's coming from, and you could find out where it's coming from
later on,
and you could be like, oh wow, like I wish I would have known that. I would have been a little bit more understanding, or but yeah, sometimes these things come from hard places.
Yeah, and then I'd say I feel like if you're gonna have a child who's older in the system, I'd say definitely get them a therapist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, I would too.
Yeah, because I think that helped me.
Yep.
Quite a bit.
I think it helps most of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, therapist,
And they, I also had a therapist tell me one time that just because they go through therapy at a younger age doesn't mean that they're never going to need it again. And usually every child will need it again when they're a teenager because they're able to understand things in a different way than when they were younger. And then they've got to work through, like rework through it.
Again.
Yeah. And so it's not odd for them to have to go through therapy twice.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. That makes sense to me anyways.
It does, because your brain is like working through it again when you said it in a different way.
And that's not every child, but you just have to be aware just in case, because it might be your child, you know, or and I think too, just because it's not like that could go for any child really.
Yeah.
Honestly, that has been through something tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just foster or adoptive children.
Yeah. So I think that's all I have about adoption.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like adoption?
We love adoption. And that's basically it. We love adoption.
We love adoption.
If you can't take care of your own child and you're not equipped to do it, there is always somebody else who will.
Who can.
That's and will love that child with all their heart.
That's right. Yep. Okay, well, we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.